Hello and welcome to my NFL Week 9 review. Nothing to be said here. Let's just get right into it. So first I'll do my prediction and then I'll do the final score. But this one I didn't have a prediction for because, I just made it the night of this game that it was already being played and I was like, I'm just not going to do it, whatever. So the Titans bested the Packers 27-17 in a game where Aaron Rodgers was doing good and then just absolutely shit the bed, missing many throws and just ultimately missing a lot of opportunity to take this game away from the Titans. I think they had like 4 drives at the end where they just could have gone down the field and scored and won, and they just didn't. Overall, Aaron Rodgers is probably going to enter retirement after this year. Last year was his year, man, and he just sold it. So, yeah, and the Titans continue to win games even though they are just overrated and terrible, and I just want them to lose. Bears at the Falcons. So I said that the Bears were going to win this because I've been watching Justin Fields, and he is just getting better and better and better, but today that was not the case. The Falcons, with the help of a kickoff return, were able to beat the Bears. The Bears, I think they tied it with like little time to go, and then the Falcons went down the field and kicked a field goal with like less time. No, the Bears scored pretty far in and the Falcons kicked a field goal. The final drive ended on like a sack or something. Well, Justin Fields wasn't able to get anything done, and overall it was just 2 bad teams butting heads. I feel like Justin Fields has a lot more potential. He's just stuck with a really bad football team right now. Browns at the Bills. I said the Bills were going to beat the crap out of them, which they should have, but the Browns put up some surprising competition. Final score was 23-31, which, I mean, this is pretty much like a last-second touchdown, I think. This is like at the very end. Yeah, 19 seconds left. So it still was a domination. The Browns look like they can do stuff offensively and defensively, but the Bills just walked all over him. I mean, they kicked so many field goals to get them to the points they were at, and the Browns, they just kind of suck. That's all there is to say about this game. It was in Detroit. That's pretty cool, but the Browns, they suck. I don't know what has happened over there, but they suck. Eagles at the Colts. I said this one was going to be pretty close, but I didn't think it was going to be this close. Like, it came down to the Eagles literally beating him at the last second. Like, the Eagles looked terrible. They went from looking like easily the number 1 team to what the hell is going on. Like, they had to score at the very end, and then the defense pulled through with the stop on the Colts, and they beat the Colts. It's like, dude, what? Eagles, you should be beating the crap out of the Colts. I get it's at the Colts, and the Colts are a recovering team. They're starting to look better, but you're 8-1. Like, please don't sell anymore, please. You already lost to the Commanders. I get it wasn't your fault. It was the refs, but, please start fixing your act. Jets at the Patriots, another team that really needs to fix their act. I had the Jets winning this one 26-16, whether it was at the Patriots or not. I feel like the Jets are a really good team. Well, psych, this low-scoring shithole of a game finished off on a punt return by the Patriots, and I was just like, Zach Wilson sucks. I don't know what the hell he was doing in this game, but holy shit balls, he was playing terribly. Like, some of the passes, like, I just don't understand some of the passes, and it was just terrible. I don't even know how to put it into words. It was just terrible. Passing yards, 44. Like, what the hell? This team just beat the Bills. How the hell did they just do this shit? Zach Wilson, man, I don't know, man. He just he really looks yucky. He looks like he just is terrible. Rams at the Saints. I almost got this one on the dime. I had 19-27. It was 20-27. I had a feeling this game was going to be pretty terrible and go in the Saints' favor. Two pretty bad teams. Matthew Stafford got injured. Whatever. Just the Rams, worst defending Super Bowl champs ever. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I don't know what has happened to them. They literally have like the same football team. They just are terrible. Did they fluke the entire fucking playoffs? I mean, they went up against the Bengals in the Super Bowl, yeah. Their first playoff game was against a terrible Cardinals team, yeah. They barely beat the Bucks. Like, maybe they were just a giant fucking fluke, I mean. And then the Saints, Andy Dalton is like good, bad. He is so good and then bad. I like Andy Dalton, but man, sometimes it's just like, why? He throws a great touchdown pass. He starts playing really good, and then it's just like the next play, he's just missing every possible throw. But nonetheless, Saints took the dub here as I expected. The Rams are terrible. Oh, nice. Rams at the Saints. I forgot to change that. I put the Lions really close on this one, and I was like, there is definitely room for upset, except I'm going to give it to the Giants because the Giants have done this shit where they win games by 3 or 6 points all year long in games that they should lose. Well, the Lions did not allow it. The Lions absolutely shit on this overrated pile of ass, and I was so happy. The New Jersey Giants, they're fluking, they're overrated, they're terrible, they need to lose, and they did. And I was very happy that the Lions pulled through and that the Lions got a dub that they deserved. The Lions have been playing teams down to the wire and just losing, so this was very nice to see. Rams at the Saints. I had the Ravens killing the Panthers because it was at the Ravens, and the Panthers are just not that good. But the fucking another game that was just terrible. At the very end, it was just turnovers for the Panthers, and I just don't understand what was going on here that kept this game 3-3 for so long. They had Lamar Jackson, and I just don't know what happened. I don't know. It was just so weird. The Jets and the Patriots game, and the Jets-Patriots in this game, like, I looked at the scores and I was like, dude, what is going on? I don't know if it was weather, if it was, like, really windy or something, but the Ravens put 10 down at the very end of the game. Like, it was 3-3 throughout. I just don't understand why these NFL teams managed to pull off. Like, they just managed to get so bad in a game. I just don't get it. Commanders at the Texans. I give this one to the Texans because the Commanders pulled off a bullshit win, and the Texans need a win desperately, but the Texans are so terrible. The Commanders continue to win and impress the world, although I think they're just overrated and not them. And the Texans are terrible. The Texans, they just can't. I just don't get it. Poor Eno Benjamin was traded. I don't know why he was traded to the Texans from the fucking Cardinals. It's like, dude, he was doing so good. He just send him off to a terrible-ass team. So that really sucks, and now I hate the Texans. So, Raiders at the Broncos. I said the Raiders were going to kill the Broncos because the Raiders have Derek Carr can get something done with his arm. Davante Adams, they have options offensively, whereas the Broncos just look terrible. And the Raiders did not pull through. I love being interrupted in the middle of it. Just got to deal with lovely family just being awesome. And the Raiders continue to suck. Broncos continue to suck. Reviewing Broncos games and watching them in general are just so terrible. They're just so bad. I don't know why they're so bad. I don't know how they're so bad, but they just are, and it's just terrible to watch it. I turn it off, like with the red zone. When it turns to the Broncos game, I just turn on my phone and I start playing like Clash Royale or something. Like, I could not give two flying fucks about this team right now. Cowboys at the Vikings. Oh my God. I had the Vikings winning this one because the Cowboys are just, what the fuck? The fuck was this, Vikings? You just beat the Bills in the most questionable way possible, and now what the fuck was this? I just don't understand. How do these teams manage to make the Cowboys look so good? Do they have a talk with the Cowboys before, and the Cowboys are like, hey, go easy on us? Please go easy on us today. We have a lot of injuries. And then I just don't even know. And then the Cowboys go on and just fucking stomp on them. Like, I just don't get it. How did you allow 40 fucking points and you put down 3? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Bengals at the Steelers. I was really close to getting this one right. Yeah, whatever. Fuck. Who cares? Bengals barely walked away with the victory at the Steelers. I had a feeling that the Steelers were going to put up some competition. I didn't really watch this one a whole lot. Chiefs at the Chargers. This was one that I didn't watch, but I had Herbert keeping it close. Herbert did keep it close, but he wasn't able to pull off the victory. The Chiefs keep winning point games by like 3. And then our final game, the 49ers at the Cardinals. I knew the Cardinals weren't going to be able to do anything, but I assumed that they were going to get some defensive stops or whatnot. Nope. 49ers stomped on them as should have expected. I should have put down that, but I gave the Cardinals some leeway. Where like the injured reserve is playing right now. I don't know why everybody just got injured in one game. I don't get it. So yeah, that's my week 11 review. Fucking got slaughtered by an interruption in the middle, but I'm not taking it again. So that's all for me. Adios.